Welcome to Practical Applications in the High School Classroom. My name is Brie'Anne May. I have been a learner for all of my life. I'm a lifelong learner. That is just to say that I'm a big nerd. So whenever I learn something new, I get super excited. And then I want to share that excitement with other people. So naturally, I became a teacher. I started out by getting my bachelor's degree in theater, and then I decided to be a teacher. So I went through a non-traditional licensure program and received my Arkansas teacher's license that way. Then I got my master's in instructional technology from ULM in 2019. And over the last school year, I completed 40 hours of training to become a lead professional educator in the state of Arkansas. This is what 13 years in the classroom looks like by the numbers. So I've been through 4 sets of state standards, 3 teacher evaluation systems, 6 principals, 4 school districts, 5 superintendents, and most importantly, I've taught over 1,300 students. I want to start out this presentation on practical applications by going to the Louisiana Department of Ed website. There's actually a great resource page there on your Department of Ed website. And I found out that every educator and every student in the state of Louisiana is eligible for using Kami. So you get free Kami subscription and you can use Kami in your classroom. And so the Louisiana Department of Ed has provided webinars for training for that. So there's those webinars are all past, like the dates of them are all past, but they do provide you with recordings for those webinars. So if you want to use Kami in your classroom, and it's a great product, I have it on my Google Classroom and I use it all the time. It's good for marking things up. It's good for letting students type their answers directly on their PDFs, and there are all kinds of applications for it for math and science as well. So these are great little webinars to take and to get better at using Kami in the classroom. They're also doing a Kami regional tour, and I don't know exactly what that entails, but you can click the link here. It's for the different regions, and you can actually click here and register for those. So those start pretty soon. I believe they start on Wednesday, the 24th, and they go through different times there. Yeah, they start Wednesday, July 24th and July 25th and July 26th. So those are coming up, and those are available for all the different regions in the state. I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that you can use Kami for free for this school year. That's a great resource. Next up, I want to get into a few things that deal with AI, because AI is loud and it's here, and we all need to learn how to implement it into implement best practices into our classrooms. So the first thing that I wanted to show you guys is this little one-pager that the digital learning guys at LDOE have created. And it just kind of goes over what AI is. It talks about the difference between reactive machine AI and limited memory AI. And it goes through, this is what I thought was really nice. So they've given you links to how to cite using MLA, APA, or Chicago. And each one of these links is to the actual style manual. So it goes through and it explains how you can cite generative AI for, if you're using it for your research or if you're using it to create something, you can actually cite it now. So all of the style manuals have caught up to AI, and I think that's pretty cool. So there's MLA and there's APA and Chicago style. So that link will take you to each individual style guide. Speaking of AI, I have gone through some training this summer. So I heard about Magic School last year around this time, but I didn't use it in my classroom. But I have completed these certification courses this summer for Magic School AI, and it is just too good not to use. I needed to get into the different ways to implement AI in the classroom. And so this is one way that I've done that. I went through and did these certification courses, and this is just a brief overview of how you can use it in your classroom. These are great. They don't take very long, and they're informative. I'm going to go ahead and log in and show you some different ways that I've played around with using AI for my classroom. Once you log into Magic School, this is what it looks like. And so these are all of the Magic tools that are available as an educator when you log in. So there's different things that you can use, and you can star these once you find your favorite ones. So I'm going to tell you about a couple of the ones that I've seen teachers using, and that is the worksheet generator. This is, you can generate a worksheet based on any topic or text. So you choose your grade level, and then you put your text in, and you click generate, and it'll generate multiple choice question or a worksheet for you. The same thing goes for the multiple choice assessment. You can create a multiple choice assessment based on any topic, any standard, any criteria. So you just put in your inputs here and you generate, and that'll generate multiple choice questions for you. There's also a lesson plan generator and a rubric generator. This rubric generator is really popular. It's an easy tool to use on Magic School, and you can, again, just choose your grade level, your point scale, your standard or objective, the assignment title, and then down here is where you'll put in the description of the assignment. You can customize them, but then it'll just generate a nice table version of, columns and rows of your rubric there. You can copy and paste it. So that's how you can use the tools, but I wanted to show you also this Raina chatbot. So Raina is what they call their Magic School chatbot. This is the language learning model. So I needed some help with debate class. I'm teaching debate class for the second year, and I just wanted some ideas for how I could do that better. So I typed in, give me some ideas for high school debate class, and she did. I've got, mock trials, current event debates, a whole list of ideas to do in my debate class. So I don't know a whole lot about mock trials, and the next thing that I prompted her was to create a mock trial for high school students taking a debate class, and she did. This is a bit of an outline for a mock trial. I did go on Google and find some actual more scripted mock trial, like a mock trial script, but this is a good starting place. So I also wanted to know how to differentiate for a specific type of student. So I have a student who's non-speaking, nonverbal for the most part, and I wanted to know how to include that student in high school debate class. They gave some really, really good, I think this is one of the best ways you can use this tool, is to come up with differentiations for different learners. And so they gave some really great differentiations for that. Now this one is one of the suggested, when you get to the end, it'll allow you to click a little box that is one of their suggested prompts. And so that's what this one was. How can I modify the mock trial format? That was a suggested prompt, and I just typed it in. And so it gave me some different ways to modify for that student to make sure they can still demonstrate their understanding. So a little bit more specific prompt that they suggested for me. And so I got a little bit more specific answer there. And that's something to keep in mind when you're creating using AI, is to be super specific. So I have hopped all aboard the Magic School Bus. Moving on, Common Sense Media has some really great lesson plans about AI, about just AI best practices for students. And so once you sign up for a Common Sense Media account, you can log in and You can filter your lesson plans. These are AI lesson plans here. So we've just typed in AI at the top. And so all of these have to do with AI and how to best use it. And it's there for different grade levels. So this one's 6 through 12, but there are ones for 9 through 12. There are ones for, the lower levels as well. And you can filter those here. But I do want to show you my favorite. So this is an absolute bop, and I would 10 out of 10 use it for my high school classroom. Check out this video from Common Sense Media. It's called Media Balance is Important, and it was suggested for kindergartners, but again, 10 out of 10 would use for my high school classroom.
Balance is important for me and you. Balance helps us stand up straight and keeps us in our shoes. But sometimes with technology, balancing's hard to do. Yes, balance is important for me and you. So gather around to hear our song. You'll learn these words are true. When you look up from your screen when a friend says hi, share your game if they want to try. Play outside when the sun is bright. Devices go off when you say goodnight. It makes your whole self happy when you're balancing just right. Balance is important for me and you and you. Your heart, your head, your arms and your legs need that balance too. Too much of something can make you mad or blue. So trust your guts, get on your feet. There's so much that you can do. When you ask before you take a phone, invite a friend if they're all alone. Stick to sites online. Go outside when the weather is fine. It makes your whole self happy when you're balancing just right. Know that this is true. Just think about this balance song, it'll help you through.
I have a few subject-specific applications that I wanted to hit, but I do want to be clear with everyone. I am not a history teacher, nor a science teacher, nor a math teacher, so I don't know a whole lot about these. I haven't used my time to learn more about them, but the first one is for history teachers. This is called the OER project, and the OER project is, of course, open educational resources. These are open and free for everyone. The OER project has mainly history lesson plans and courses, So there are all of these different courses, and you can implement them easily into your classroom, or you can just go through this and use this as your curriculum if you want. You can also use it you can go to topics and you can just use it as activities within your own curriculum. So there's different topics you can look up that way, and then you can actually go in and use what they have to supplement your own curriculum. And I think that's pretty cool that it's all free and it's all very well done. Next up, we have resources for science and math teachers. So the first thing that I want to show you is an application called The Wonder of Science. It's a website. And all of these things follow the national science standards, which are really taken over right now. I think that's what we're using in Arkansas, the national science standards. And so all of this stuff uses those national science standards. And here's just an example of one of the resources here. They have all these different cards you can use, and I'll show you an example here. These inquiry cycle cards are super cool. So here it shows the front of the card would say, "What do you wonder?" asking questions. And then the back of the card gives a list of good quality exemplar questions to ask. So identify a scientific cause. It gives you steps. It gives you a checklist. And who doesn't love a good checklist? The next thing I want to show you is from the University of Colorado at Boulder, and it is called PHET or PHET, Interactive Simulations. This website has, as it says, over 1.5 billion simulations delivered. I'm not exactly sure how to use these or how to create them myself, but I did get this information from a science teacher who has been exploring and using this website to do different simulations within the classroom. So it just gives you another layer of activity with your students, and it gives you access to things that you might not have access to otherwise. So let's just click on Earth Science here and see. These are the simulations that are available, and I believe you can record yourself presenting these in different ways. You can search through, and it has all of the same filters as most sites. So there's all kinds of filters. You can filter by grade level and everything else. And so these are just simulations that you can present in the classroom. Here is an example. I'm not sure exactly what this was. I just clicked on Kepler's laws. So here we go. First law. You click it, and this is the part that I'm not sure about. I think it just goes through. Oh, let's see if we play it. Oh, it gives you a visual of Kepler's law. That's really good for someone like me. I love visuals. When my husband is trying to explain to me how engines work, I always need like this kind of model of like a combustion engine or something like that. So this is very cool to show a visual of an effect like that. And there, you saw how many options there were. There's so many. I'm sure you can find a simulation for anything science related, and there are math ones as well. Next, I have a little AI application for music teachers, and I looked at this earlier. I know people are a little bit up in the air about using AI for things like art and music and literature, writing and things like that, but I wanted to show this anyway because I think there are tons of ways that you could implement this into the music classroom. So I went and clicked on create, and I did a like 80s hairband ballad about back to school is what I put in, and this is what it gave me. There are other things you can do here under Create. You can upload your own audio. You can do lyrics. You can do custom here, and it'll allow you to start with your own lyrics, choose a style, extend your song, all kinds of stuff like that. This is a really cool thing. I could see many ways that a music teacher could use this. All of those applications could also be used in other classrooms as well. I just wanted to get some that were more subject area focused. So that's it for my presentation on applications for the high school classroom. I hope that you got something out of this today that you can use. And if you want to connect with me, I'm at Brie'Anne May on almost everything, or you can email me at meganbrieannmay@gmail.com.